welcome to Real Life JA, sponsored by Sky Beach Restaurant Bar and Grill here on Bell Entertainment TV. I am Shane Reed, your host. We are here in Montego Bay St. James in the old hospital park, and we are here to have a sit down with probably one of our biggest fans in Montego and in the West. So it might be a series, quite likely, but we're beginning in the process of talking to Miss Barbara Brown. So Miss Brown, yes. Thank you for coming on our show today. Alright, we're going to our first break. We'll soon be back on Real Life G.
Sky Beach Bar and Seafood Grill, located in Hopewell, Hanover, offers you a variety of local Jamaican seafood cuisine. Dine in a tropical garden setting in one of our famous tiki huts, or get your feet wet in the beautiful Caribbean Sea. We also cater to large group parties, weddings, and conferences. We provide free Wi-Fi to all persons dining. Come in and ask about our Sky Beach bed breakfast accommodation. Fully air-conditioned rooms with all modern amenities. We're only 15 minutes away from Montego Bay. Call for reservations 956-5006 or 547-3971. We will be happy to serve you.
Alright, welcome back after that quick break. I am Shane Reed, your host for Real Life JA on Bell Entertainment TV, and we are sponsored by Sky Beach Restaurant Bar and Grill, located in Hopewell, Hanover, West Indies, Jamaica, where you can get the best seafood ever, and it is the best restaurant ever in the world. There's nothing compared to it. We're in the parish of St. James. We're on the outside or on the outskirts of the old hospital park or hospital park. Soon talk more about that. We're with one of our biggest fans in St. James, or probably in the West, Miss Barbara Brown, and we're going to be talking to Miss Brown. So Miss Brown, thanks for joining us.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Alright. And who is Barbara Brown? You're going to be telling us something about yourself.
Yes.
Where were you born, etc., etc.
Well, I'm Barbara, and I was born in South Westmoreland. And as I was growing up, I discovered of myself some struggle, and I started to identify that I was born for a special purpose, which I'm here to discuss with the public.
So, what your early life? What was it like? Any brothers and sisters, mother, father? Of course, you had to have a mother or father that you wouldn't be here. Did you live with them? What was that like?
Oh yes, I was living with my mom and dad, growing up for a certain period, and then they separated. And before they separated, I realized that my mom would allow me to do all the chores. All the others could play. And the moment I finished that chores, she would, Babs, do this, Babs, do that. The moment I'm tired or frown, the only thing my mom never threw at me was money. Anything she could grab, my mom threw it at me. I grew up, I would say, like the wicked stepmother. But don't get me wrong, I love my mom. I do love her. Maybe all these kind of treatment was to help me to mature in the way I am today. The great lesson we learn in life, it's not going to become easy. It's going to be challenging. And no easy way out for greater knowledge. Greater knowledge will cost us. A lot of things it's going to cost us, but what price are we going to pay for greater things?
So how did you end up in St. James?
My elder sister came and lived here, and each time when she come back to Westmoreland, I would cry. And one of her friends said, take her. And then she decided, not at first, but she decided that she would take me, and we were living in Mount Salem. Growing up there, I still was like the helper. I didn't have any problem doing the chores that somebody needs to get done. And I do my best. I do whatever I know what is to be done. But I'm telling you, it was not easy. My family, all of them right now. My mom gave birth to 10 children.
Oh.
And the first child for my mom, we don't know her. She died as a baby. And the last one for my mom, she died also. So I grew up with 4 boys and 4 girls. Until 2010, we lost the last one with a girl. So it's 7 of us now. But in all those upbringing, in all those journeys, it was hard just for me. Everybody else having it a little easy. I remember when I gave birth to my first child, at 2 months and some weeks, my sister would beat me to wash her mantos, push me out even in the rain. So I have it hard. Until to the day, you can't walk and find a more loving, kind, caring, loving person as I am. I never use any of my hurt and bad treatment to become cold or resentful. I am easy to approach. I am kind. I will give the best until this day.
How many children did you raise? How many children did you have? And how did you treat those children that you gave birth to? Or child?
Wow. I gave birth to 3 children. The first child was for my husband, and we separated because of unfaithfulness. And I went back. I was living with my sister then, and I came back after the marriage was ruined. And I'm there going on until I have 2 more. Their father is abroad. They too is abroad. And I'm telling you, I never curse out my kids. I never use unkind word. I would shout at them and I would spank them. But I never use word to my kids that I would hurt. I remember one particular evening in Westmoreland, not in South, because my mom did not born in South. My mom born into a district named Beast and Spring.
Okay.
So in that little district, you didn't have electricity nor running water. You have to go to the spring to carry it on your head and get firewood and all those things. That's how I grow up in some of the way until I came to Montego Bay. And then in those times, my mom would allow me to do all the chores. I don't know if anybody know about this thing, ticks.
Yes.
So in that country, there were ticks. But my mother don't go do what they call grung in that country. But every day she would feel for ticks to have me come search to pick ticks. 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock at night, we would sit down over my mom, picking ticks. No ticks not there. She would make the ticks feel here while everybody is sleeping. I'm sitting up with the lamp. The lamp what you light with cursing on it. And I would hear, Babs, look here, you don't feel anything. Mom, not look. You see the moment me nod so? It's a box that in my face. We just nod because yes. And I remember one time now my mom leave some clothes outside and ask me to go and pick them up. I said, Mom, out the dark, me want to go there. So we have this buckle torch, you put personality and put paper and light it. So when we go out now, the wind was high. So as rain fell that day, and a zinc pan was right there, catch some rainwater. So as we go around the house, the wind out the lamp. And we bawl out and say, Jesus Christ! And we run. So my younger brother that followed me fell in the pan with the water, and you know how in scuba do my brother get up out of the water and start to kick so we run in the house. So my mom asked, what is it? And so me saying fall into the water. Man, everything that my mother could find, she threw at me. And I run outside and my mom locked the door. Under that house bottom that's rested for the night, and it was very cold, and I cringed up under that house.
So why were you treated like that? Why do you think you were treated like that?
when you're bound for something special, the devil is going to use anything and anyone to break you to where he can use it for his purposes. I didn't know that then. As I get mature in life, I look back and realize that all these bad treatment is to make me become less than who I am now. But for some strange reason, God kept me through it. And there are stories in the Bible that I can use to make a point, like Job.
You considered yourself an Job?
Yes, or Joseph.
Or Joseph?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, because they were mistreated by family and they kept it. But I didn't know, I couldn't put my finger on, and everything was weird. Even now I'm going through a weird situation, but I reached to the level where I understand certain amount of stuff that kept me to realize that even if I don't understand this level where I am at, the past helped me to know that where I am now, even if I don't understand it, it's a process that God is now keeping me through. Because God loves this world and He wants His people to know that He doesn't give up on us. And He realize that we're gone astray because what? We were misled.
Alright, hold on. We're going for our second break. We'll soon come back with our special guest and our special fan, Miss Barbara Brown,
Yes.
on Real Life JA. Alright. So come back.
This is Lennox Lewis, last undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. Big up Bell Entertainment TV. They're the best. Don't mess with them, else I'll knock you out.
Alright, welcome back from that break. This is Real Life JA, sponsored by Sky Beach Restaurant Bar and Grill, located in Hopewell, Hanover. Real Life JA is on Bell Entertainment TV, and I am Shane Reed, your host, and we are in the beautiful parish of St. James, Montego Bay, and we are with one of our biggest fan and special guest today, Miss Barbara Brown, and she is basically sharing with us some things about her life and trying to relate that to a bigger purpose and how that relates to, you know, the Almighty working out His will through her. And of course, I think that she's basically trying to use her life story to teach us some lessons. I know that as individuals, I mean, living in this country can be very, very difficult. And we're going through some very difficult times as a people. So I want us to listen to this and to see as much as possible what we can get from Barbara's life story. So you said before we went to the break that sometimes we stray from God, but because of who He is,
Yes.
He still bring us back.
Yes.
So continue from
He's
this.
trying to use me as a servant and a light to open avenue within us that we don't even identify that is closed. And one of the main reasons why our world is what it is today, we were forced into something that we wasn't given most truth or no truth at all. So because of that, we are living a life what we only come to see and know. What was taken from us, we don't know about it. So just as how we would read, say, God sent Christ to bring light, people shining. But at the very end of His life, that was the time people knew He was that light. I don't want to die for people to realize that I'm purposeful to one's life. I love God more than I love myself, and I will make any sacrifice to help people to love themselves more. When we can love ourselves more, we will more than able to master any challenges, and we will able to see others for something special, not see them for the condition, the situation, but to see them for a purpose that is going to waste. We have to tap within. We need to start read sometimes and gaze, reflect. When you wake up this morning and you have a doubt or feelings, anything, just tap into why am I feeling like this? Why I don't want to go to work? Why I don't like that person? So when we start, when darker force realize we can identify some of the negative things and questioning them in that gonna like it, because every day we get up, we act on what we feel more than what we're supposed to know. I am not here today because I'm not here today because of my feelings. I'm here because of what I know and learn. If I was to dwell on my feelings, I would give up a long time ago. Because my feeling was more negative and more painful and more of destructive way of life. And because of the little things I gathered when I was much smaller, I realized I have to live. I have to make this effort. If I can't do anything to save the world and I can save this beautiful country, I will put my life on the block for that.
What was you came to Montego Bay. What was the early part of your adulthood life like? What was Montego Bay like in the early stage for you? What was Jamaica like for you?
The truth about it, in those days we did not have this kind of fear as it is now. People were more a little friendly, I would say more caring. But as you go by, people become more resentful, more harder, more difficult to reach, because the laws that form our earth, it takes instead of give. And sometimes what we are giving back, we don't even realize we got it. It's like they give us something to give it back. And what we're supposed to build on, we don't know that we got those qualities in us. Because if we should discover our true qualities, the law that implement our land would not have such root, would not take such grip, because we would know what level to stand on, and we would have a greater voice. And even if it's painful, even if we're going to pay a price, we would still love to pay it because we know it is worth it. So we more learn how to be fearful of how to stand up, how to fight, because we don't have support. We don't have people who are willing to say, all right, I'm fighting for something positively, to stand with us. So when you alone have to go through something, it's more fearful because you become more weaker. Because you know, a leaf the wind can have a feather more easily in the air than when you have a bond, something to click to. So everybody learns about self.
So you're saying that we're fearful, we're selfish?
Yes, self, how you must think of yourself first. Like, you look at life. They gave you a life to choose from. They gave you the career. Your inner self don't build. You build from what they lays around you.
So you're saying that we are taking so much from outside,
right, and
trying to build ourselves,
right, and then what is in right, and what is in the
to come out,
right, what is in the inside for us to build our true self from? It's fading, and we're gonna reach at a place where there is no grass, leaf. It's only the things that live around us for us to gravitate to, and then we're gonna reach to a place where it's just one massive destruction, and that's where we are heading. The teaching of all teaching, school, pastors, doctors, all these things is the plan of the enemy.
Why you say it's the plan of the enemy?
Because
what is it about these teachings?
The teaching is who benefited. Yes, you may feel comfortable getting a paycheck. You may feel comfortable building a house or driving a car, but look at the way how if you drive a car, you can't drive it how you want. You can't even sit down and relax in a car without a seatbelt. You have these laws telling you if you don't put on your seatbelt, they're gonna charge you money. You buy the car and they're still telling you how you can run it. Where is the freedom?
But laws are necessary.
Yes, but not these ones. They're supposed to come from God, not from man. These people treating us as they are the God, and we are what's complying. We don't afraid to question them, or then don't make themselves available for us to question. They stay behind this wall, TV and radios and newspaper, and send out their law, and then it catch.
But
and we all have to bite in it.
But Barbara, seatbelt protect you during a crash. I mean, I was in an accident, and my colleague and I were involved in an accident some years ago, and if it wasn't for that seatbelt, I'm sure it would be worse for us.
say no. Everything it come with good and bad.
Okay.
Because the seatbelt also.
Well, I don't think you're using the seatbelt as an example.
No.
I think you're pointing to a bigger.
Yes,
bigger picture. Yes.
Right. So
the
we are just
using
using right.
Yes.
We're just using the seatbelt of telling you how controlling they are.
Yes.
I'm not. Okay. If you could tap into the real you and develop from the real you would know for yourself that you need to use the belt.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
So,
you wouldn't need them to tell you that. And for them to tell you that, they're going to charge your money.
Yeah.
So we are just going on and the outside of us when we're supposed to build up from within us. All the great values and qualities is there, but it's going to waste. Right? So, for us to realize that, they said, when you go to school, or so you said, go to school, get a good education, and you can get a good job.
That's just not happening anymore.
Good job. You have to better for the job. No matter how the job good. If you not qualify for
it is the individual.
Yes, that is good. It's not the job that is good. If you're not qualified for the job, they're not gonna give you. So you better than the job. So the results that you put in the job is that they're gonna see come from you. Why we have all these negative things around us? They speak good, they sound good, and we applaud to them. But we're the identity of all those words. I would proudly say yes. I may not can spell most of the words these people use, but I know in my heart they don't mean. We're not seeing what they mean. So I need officials, the pastors, all these people who use in big words. Please help us. Tell us where we can identify the meaning of all these big words what we are using. Because to me, you're getting a paycheck to speak broadly. So it's okay to come and say anything because of the paycheck.
So you say,
where does that leave us?
So you say sometimes when, for example, our politicians and our leaders are in parliament and they be giving these big speeches that is going all the way over our head.
Right.
They're just doing it because in a sense they want to keep us confused or ignorant. That's what you think.
And the paycheck come along with it. So they're not wasting their breath. Because that's, that's the way the paycheck come in. Because they themselves too, were taught to teach us that way. It's not them just get up because they think I want in their underground out of the world, and there's all the way you call it influence of darkness portrayed from, right? When we gather our true senses in the way how and that impact, that great light that to shine. First, people is going to look at you weird. They're going to say you're mad or you're crazy. Because you're going through new dimension. You're developing different from everybody because you're tapping, you're searching from the true source. There's a true source. But if you watch how somebody treats you, different from how they talk, you can know what source they are feeding from. It's not what I say, it's how I act. If I live here today and you want to know the good truth about me, it's not what I say, it's what you identify me going along the street. How I treat people, how I relate to them. That is the true we.
So you are saying that as a people, we have lost and we have not found our true self.
No.
So we are putting on a show, an act.
And it's playing out very well.
It's not very well or not so well?
Very well for who putting on the act.
Yes.
We who have to live by the act, we are bumping
and
and stuff like that. But them who putting out, they're benefiting. So what they have to lose to act.
But the rest of us not benefiting.
No. I mean, every day people go to work, a lot of them still crying out. The bills going up every day. You want to live a certain life. Look at even the bad man them. We get up every day and we blame them, how they wicked and how they bad. How did they get there? How do they get there? They did not get there, and they only get help to get there. Why did they make gun? If they have, even the phone that come out, they fix this, the brain first. It's like a magnet in you.
All right. All right, we're going for a break. This is our third break. We soon come back on Real Life JA with our special guest and special fan, Barbara. All right, soon come back.
Sky Beach Bar and Seafood Grill, located in Hopewell, Hanover, offers you a variety of local Jamaican seafood cuisine. Dine in a tropical garden setting in one of our famous tiki huts, or get your feet wet in the beautiful Caribbean Sea. We also cater to large group parties, weddings, and conferences. We provide free Wi-Fi to all persons dining. Come in and ask about our Sky Beach bed breakfast accommodation. Fully air-conditioned rooms with all modern amenities. We're only 15 minutes away from Montego Bay. Call for reservations 956-5006 or 547-3971. We will be happy to serve you.
Welcome back from that break on Real Life JA, sponsored by Sky Beach Restaurant Bar and Grill. This is Real Life on JBL Entertainment TV. I am Shane Reed, and we are with our special guest Barbara Brown. You guys don't understand how far Barbara is coming with us. When Belle would have just taken that thing to, well, our first cable station, which would be premiere, which would be, it was just one thing that kept coming on and coming on, and Barbara would have been watching that thing from way back. It was Lennox Lewis we had advertising, and Barbara has been watching and waiting, and at that time that was the only thing that we had running, and she has been watching and waiting from then. And so she has been with us from we were fumbling with our first interviews and making all sort of mistakes, and it was obvious that we were just trying a thing. We're still trying a thing. But before we went into that break, you heard Barbara talking about something about cell phones and all of these things, and I need to, and the mind, I need to put this in context. So you might think that what she's talking about is absolute nonsense. No, there are psychologists and all of these persons out there who believe that the persons who make these phones are deliberately manipulating our mind, our consciousness, our entire being, to get us hooked onto these electronic gadgets. So they are actually studying the way we behave as human beings. And it's not just mere, they have gone way into our being, into our who we are as human beings, and trying to
every human substance,
and trying to figure out who we are, and then they build, especially our modern day electronic gadgets, to tap into that, and they have us hooked. So the Facebook likes, the Instagram likes, the Twitter likes,
so instead
and
of relying on you, you're relying on
exactly. So instead of relying on ourselves for
any information,
and not even ourselves for any information, but
for everything that we're supposed to become as greatness.
Yes, we need somebody else to tell us that we are this and we are that. And if somebody don't like our picture, and if somebody don't retweet us, and if somebody don't follow us, we think that's a problem, and there's something wrong with us.
When those persons like myself are trying to rely on our true qualities, that is what all of us supposed to be. So what they do now, they're distracting us, because once we start to find our true self, it's going to bring back the true God. The jealousy now comes in when, remember, in this world we can see it playing every day, how jealousy plays out. So this is where it's begin. It begin where you start to flourish. Somebody know, not like this, because we as black people, mostly of all don't like to see we flourish. They always call this thing over here. The first thing we start to do is try to find a way to bring you back down. You will bring me down, not trying to uplift yourself, you know. You just know want me go up and you not put yourself up. That's how we think.
So it's a cycle. So you know want me go up and you not go up. So the one are we there now?
Yes. So that's
wonderful.
how
wonderful, is it?
That's how the dark world is to keep us down where he is at. As far as I can understand, and from my long part of experiences in hard difficulties, trust me, I learned so much from those difficulties. Let me cut something. I remember one day in the 90s, living at Church Street, I was so hungry. No money, nothing. And I lie in that bed and when the hungry lick me, read. Me feel one knot, yes, so you know when somebody type is a room, I want a police, I want a police.
Hungry. You're not hungry, man. What?
I'm hungry. I say when I jump over the bed and I say, God, look when I go through video. Because then I do almost anything out there. But you said once you take a taste of that apple, once you go after your need, in the wrong way, they got you. That is why they said, suffer them to come unto me. When you suffer people, they go astray. When people come to you, no matter what, trust me from today.
So how you survive that hunger?
Well, I remember somebody was passing and came by and gave me a $20. They were selling the cup soup for $12. We go buy one cup soup. And, well, you know, lie, man. You need to hear my story. You need to hear it. Because I'm sitting here. You can't find happy on me sometimes. And the way how when we look back, when I really look back, I cry. I go to bed many times with tears. I wake up with tears because sometimes I don't even know why I'm still alive. That's why I know I have to fight the good fight. Because I know I must be living for something for this world to benefit from. You know how many times I try to give up? I remember when I heard his voice. Barbara, please. Use all of that. I was going to end it. And I just hear the voice.
Oh, you mean you were going to end?
End my life. I kill myself. I don't want to be anything else if I can't master what in here. Sometimes I'm so fearful that I might go to the street one day or something just grab me away from the path that I'm now on. I'm very fearful. This world, it will make you so afraid. Sometimes you go at some places like now I'm here and it's pretty scary to know you're gone that way you're gone because being around you know I feel much better. I feel safe with the two of you.
So how did you overcome that urge to end your life? Depression was depression or what?
I was just going through things was unbearable. Some of them I can't explain it. Even until now, if I'm trying to search for a word to explain, I don't think I can ever. It's just weird. But in all of that, all right, we grew up in this world where we accustomed to hear, go to school, get a good education, so you can get a good job. All right, when you get a job, what it supply you with? It supply you with funds, money. And you get the things, even the very things that God gave us for free. How we get to this place where look at the land, a life this we're walking on. Those leaves, those bushes are herbs. They did not grow by me and you. The life that giveth from the earth produce those things. So we're walking on life. Life is over us and life is under us. But we don't know how to manage the things was given to us because we're being wiped off every existence of our true self. You see, if you don't have one for your phone, you say for my phone, I want a button phone. You notice it? I want a button phone. If people don't have one for your phone, take it out and write. They not say nothing.
But this is a cheap phone. This is what?
We're not talking about the cheap. It where you can touch screen or whatever, and it have all these features, right? And the thing what come on them, you look what come on them. You see how many people lost their life walking in the street and car hit them down, destruction. It capture everything from you. People have music in their ear,
not realizing what not looking up, not looking around, not connecting to nature.
Nothing at all. So all these things is to very, very much sweep us away, wipe it out completely, where we have no standing. In the future to come, there are strange things are going to happen in the future. See, in the future to come, you don't have no freedom. Even at your house not yours anymore. Anybody can put in at your house and live in there with you. You have to get up and do things without even money. You only go provide with meal. Food to eat at your house is not yours, it's taken away. If you live that long to see that. But it's coming, and why it's coming. We get up every day and believe that the education that we have is really the education that we're supposed to be using up. What we are using up, setting everything into place where sin wants to destroy us and destroy the future to come. But we don't realize that. Computer, you notice they can't use it to take all your money with a bank. You think identity theft and
save life and save luck. You can stay there and lock your house. So when somebody take that from you and open for your house, no one gone in it, what you left with? There are always have people out there can overpower everything that they put in place.
Well, I would think so.
Yes.
I would think so.
So we are biting to everything what we feel safe, but we're really not safe. We're safe. We're not safe. There's no way on the face of this earth we safe. Because
So it's an illusion that we are buying
yes,
safe.
we are living in a delusion world. And then you see them who bring us to this level, they're having a fun. They're having fun out of watching us like yo-yo. Like, you know, they just pull a string.
Puppet. Pinocchio.
Yes. So we just dance.
So we are on the string and we're just dancing.
to their songs.
Yeah.
Lost in all the grace and the good qualities going down the track where it will never be found or find again. Please, Jamaica, please, the whole world, wake up. Start to examine you. Start the reading for a little bit. Every little moment you get, ask yourself personal question. You know why you feel the way you feel. Start to talk. There's things around us that I cannot detect, but they are there. What you call idea? Idea is not something where you found in a book. Idea is something that just flow to your mind. Who bring it? I know your mind bring it to your mind. Or something bring it to your mind.
Oh, my mind told me.
Yes.
I just got up this morning and my mind told me.
Yes.
And my mind tell me.
It's those agents were signed to us, bringing us.
So you believe that? Because
Bringing us information
because-
and is it to turn into what you build as career or creativities and stuff like
There's
that.
some
So it's two things sign.
Yeah.
The good one, the voice is very still. It's not forceful, it will just come and say, read. Blah 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 whatever. The other one come, read, get up, do this. It's very forceful, it's like a one hell of a night making. You're paying more attention to it. Because what? It come getting your attention to lure you off. So
alright. Viewers, we are wrapping up. We're going to our last break and then we'll come back with Barbara. This is a wonderful, wonderful discussion. Soon come back on Real Life J. Alright? Soon come back.
yeah, we have
Sky Beach Bar and Seafood Grill, located in Hopewell, Hanover, offers you a variety of local Jamaican seafood cuisine. Dine in a tropical garden setting in one of our famous tiki huts, or get your feet wet in the beautiful Caribbean Sea. We also cater to large group parties, weddings, and conferences. We provide free Wi-Fi to all persons dining. Come in and ask about our Sky Beach bed breakfast accommodation. Fully air-conditioned rooms with all modern amenities. We're only 15 minutes away from Montego Bay. Call for reservations 956-5006 or 547-3971. We will be happy to serve you.
Welcome back to Real Life JA. Unfortunately, we have run out of time, so this is part 1. So we're going to end part 1 here and come back with us for part 2 with next time with our very special guest, Barbara Brown. She is a big fan. As I said earlier, she has been with us from day 1. So this is Real Life JA, sponsored by Sky Beach Restaurant, Bar and Grill, located in Hopewell, Hanover, Jamaica, West Indies. I am your host, Shane Reed, and Real Life JA can be found on JBell Entertainment TV, and we are also on Facebook, and we are also on Instagram, and we are also on YouTube. See you again for part 2 with Barbara. Thank you.